Picture a young man named Marcus, 24 years old, a beat-up Honda with a cracked dashboard, a checking account balance he was too scared to look at. One evening, Marcus pulled into a gas station, the same one he'd been using for years, and typed in $10 at the pump. Not because he wanted to, because that was all he had. He sat in that car for a long time after the pump clicked off, not going anywhere, just sitting, staring at the steering wheel, wondering if this was just how life was going to be. Marcus wasn't lazy, he wasn't irresponsible. He worked 50 hours a week, paid his bills, and still had nothing to show for it. But 5 years later, Marcus had over $500,000 in assets, a passive income stream, and for the first time in his life, freedom. What changed? 3 decisions. That's it. 3 specific, quiet, almost boring decisions that anyone watching this right now can make. Stay with me through Marcus's story, because the third decision, nobody talks about it, but it's the one that changed everything. Marcus grew up in a household where money was a ghost, always felt, never seen, never spoken about directly. His parents worked hard, they loved him, but nobody ever sat down and said, here's what a Roth IRA is. Here's how compound interest works. Here's why the way most people handle money keeps them exactly where they are. So Marcus learned nothing and did what most people do. He winged it. He graduated college with $34,000 in student debt, a degree he wasn't using, and the quiet belief that if he just worked hard enough, things would eventually fall into place. They didn't. He spent his mid-20s doing everything society told him to: hustle, treat yourself, live for the moment, and somehow arrived at 24 with less than $300 to his name. Then one night, working late and half asleep, Marcus stumbled across a concept that would physically unsettle him. It was called the wealth gap. Not about how much you earn, but about the gap between what you earn and what you actually keep. Marcus's gap was 0, and that was his entire problem. Decision 1. Pay yourself first. So Marcus made his first decision, and it sounds almost embarrassingly simple. He set up an automatic transfer, 20% of every paycheck, into a savings account he couldn't easily touch, before he spent a single dollar, before he even saw the money. That was it. Decision number 1. His brain fought him on it. He was barely making it as it was. How could he survive on 80% of his income? But here is what Marcus discovered, and what changed everything. A person will always spend whatever lands in their checking account. Always. The only way to truly save is to make money invisible before the brain has a chance to claim it. Marcus started small, $200 every 2 weeks. He didn't look at it, didn't touch it. 18 months later, he had $5,000 saved in one place than he had ever held in his life. It wasn't a fortune, but it was something new. For the first time, Marcus had options. Decision 2. Put money to work. Like most people who grew up without money conversations at home, believed that investing was for rich people. They thought you needed $50,000 to start, that the stock market was a gambling table for people in suits. With his $5,000, he opened a Roth IRA for the first time in his life. He put $4,000 into a total market index fund, the most boring investment vehicle on the planet, and did not touch it. His coworkers laughed at him. Index fund? That's not going to make you rich. But Marcus had done the math. If he invested just $400 a month, the cost of a car payment, at a historical 8% annual return, in 30 years, he would have over $600,000. He would have contributed about $144,000. The market would have handed him almost $500,000 on top of that. Not magic, mathematics. Marcus wasn't trying to beat the market. He wasn't chasing hot stocks or crypto. He was trying to make his money work harder than he was working. Slowly, quietly, it began to. Decision 3, the one nobody talks about. Now here's where Marcus's story takes a turn most financial personal channels won't tell you about. Because Marcus realized something painful, something he took a long time to admit. You cannot save your way to wealth on a $45,000 salary. Cutting lattes, canceling subscriptions, meal prepping on Sundays, those things matter at the margins, but they're not the game changer, not on their own. Marcus's third decision was the hardest one. He decided to grow his income, deliberately, intentionally, with a plan. He spent 6 months learning digital marketing, free YouTube tutorials, one $29 course on a platform he'd never used before. He started taking small freelance jobs on the side, late nights, early mornings. His first client paid him $300 for a project. He almost cried. Within a year, Marcus was earning an extra $2,000 a month on top of his salary. Every single dollar went straight into investments. He wasn't working harder, he was working with a destination in mind, a clear, specific financial picture of where he was going. Automated savings, consistent investing, a growing income. That was the formula. That was the whole formula, and it worked. Marcus isn't a fictional genius. He's not a lucky exception. He's a real version of a story playing out in slow motion for millions of people. People who just needed someone to show them the 3 decisions. Decision 1, pay yourself first. Automate your savings before you see the money. Decision 2, put that money to work. Even $50 a month in a boring index fund beats zero every single time. Decision 3, grow your income. The fastest path to wealth isn't cutting back, it's earning more with purpose. Marcus started at zero. He made mistakes, he doubted himself constantly, but he changed his decisions and his financial life changed because of it. If you're watching this and you feel like Marcus did at that gas station, stuck, frustrated, wondering if things will ever look different, I want you to know they can. They will, but only if you make a decision. Subscribe if this story hit home. New videos every week. No fluff, no get-rich-quick fantasies, just what actually works. And if you're starting from zero right now, drop a dollar symbol in the comments. Marcus started there too.